So hi guys, welcome back to my second or third video or something, whatever it is, of 2024. And today I'm here to finally do this video where I'm ranking all the films I've seen this year from worst to best. I've seen about 27 films last year, so that's a pretty good record. I will be also mentioning some other stuff in this list, like some films included. But what I do also need to try and do is get that Blu-ray collection video done. I've just been really busy with some stuff, so I'm going to try and get started on filming it soon. But let's get started. So we're going to start off with our 27th film, and I'm pretty sure you know what it's going to be. Oh, and before we also get into this video, before you're asking, no, not all the films are in this video. I've been trying to watch a few of them, but I just haven't had the time. So if you're expecting them, expect this. The films like Oppenheimer, not in this list. The new Transformers, definitely not the new Barbie, because I'm not really the right person for that movie. But that also goes for Pneumonia, the new Netflix film, which I'm only a few minutes into, so it doesn't count. Guardians and the new Wonka film. So expect those to not be in this list. Yes, so Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is coming in last place, number 27. Yeah, I obviously knew this film was going to be bad the moment I first saw it. I saw it in the shop for £5. I was like, yeah, it's only a £5, I'll just get it. I watched it, I was like, oh, yeah, that was awful, I didn't like that. And since Winnie the Pooh is now public domain, people are just going to make it into a horror film. Mickey Mouse or Steamboat Willie's public domain, and there's now rumours that that's going to be a horror film. Oh, that'll probably be awful as well. But yeah, this movie, it was awful, and it's probably now the worst movie I've ever seen. The only positive ever about it is the animation in the beginning. That was good as well. I liked that. But yeah, when it ended, I was so happy it was over, because this film was just awful, and I didn't even like it that much. Am I going to watch it again? No. But the sequel is coming out later on this year, and I'm not looking forward to that. Okay, so coming in number 26, I have Meg 2, The Trench. This came out around summer, and I didn't see it in the cinema. Got it when it came out on DVD, and that was probably bad as well. I mean, it was not as good as the first one, I don't think. I remember when I saw the first one, it was alright, but this film was just garbage. I mean, it was better than Blood and Honey, but it was awful. Possibly bad. I wouldn't suggest you guys see it. I think I'd probably stick with the first one, but the second one was pretty bad. Sorry, just ate lunch, but yeah, I don't think I'll be watching this film again. It was so awful, and possibly one of the badder films I've ever seen. What else would I say? If you have already seen it, I just don't know what to say. But coming in number 25, I have Vacation Friends 2. Oh, this film was just a pain to watch. The first one, there was these two characters where they were married. They annoyed me so much, and I think they probably did worse than this one. This film was just so bad. I didn't even like it. One of the badder films of this year I have ever seen. I'm really glad there's not a third one in production, or if there is. But anyway, I'm just happy there isn't a third one for now, because this film was just garbage. Found it on Disney Plus, so I just gave it a watch. But oh wow, this film was just so bad. I'm really glad I'm not choosing to watch this film again. It was that bad. Okay, coming in at number 24, I have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Saw it at the cinema on Wednesday, actually. I was expecting it to disappoint me, and was I right? Yes. Well, it was better than what I thought it was going to be, and I liked it more than the first one, but still left me disappointed though, and I still had some issues with it. I'm not really an Aquaman type of person, like I've said in the video, but other than that, I just thought this film was not really for me though. Like, if you guys want to go see it, do that then, I guess, but I probably won't be watching it again. Okay, so coming in at number 23 is Haunted Mansion. Alright, we all watched this Halloween night on Disney Plus, and this is probably the worst Disney movie all year that I've ever seen. If you guys have seen it, well, that would probably be bad, because this was probably a bad film. I sat there bored, just didn't even like it that much. And yeah, this film, I had issues with it as well. It was that bad, honestly. Don't think I really want to watch it again, though. I think I'll probably just stay with the Eddie Murphy version, because I like the actor and I think he's funny as well. Because, well, Eddie Murphy, in the morning, he's making waffles. Okay, now we're sort of getting out of the films where they go from bad to okay. I think this one is probably a 50-50, but it's okay. 22 is The Little Mermaid. Yeah, I caught this film on Disney Plus because, well, the year was coming to an end and I needed to watch some films for this video, and this was one of them, unfortunately, and it was alright. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. Well, it wasn't great, but yeah, well, what was it? Any different to the original one? A few things change, and the music as well. But what I did like was how the characters developed as well, and some of the underwater effects. It almost reminded me a bit of the Lion King with the animal facial expressions, but I think that it was probably better than this one. But yeah, for this film, not really the type of thing for me. So I'll probably just stick with the ones I like. This is not really one of them. So let's move on. Coming in at number 21 is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quadromania. I went to see this in cinema in August. I had a bit of fun with this one though. Wasn't as good as the first two, but it had its moments, so it wasn't bad or anything. Well, it's sort of in the okay section. Not really as good as the first two, I'd say. But if you guys have seen it, I think most of you will probably find it either okay or bad. It was probably in the okay slash bad for me. I mean, it was better than the other films that we talked about, but yeah, I mean, it was alright. It weren't great or anything, but it was probably around that type of thing where it's just something where it wasn't as good as the first two, but I think it was probably the CGI effects as well, or the story, or camera, or the actors, or whatever it is, but hey, I guess what it is. Okay, coming in at number 20 is going to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Oh yeah, we all sat down and watched this on Boxing Day, and I was actually quite enjoying the first 20 minutes of it. Had fun with it, but for the rest of the film, I just sat there. Wasn't really the type of thing that I really hoped for. But I did also mention that I probably had some fun around the last 10 minutes or so, but the first 20 minutes I quite enjoyed. But the film, it was alright. It weren't really that thing for me, but hey, it was alright, just not really that great if I'm being honest. Okay, number 19 now we have Wish. Okay, it's basically coming out of the era where it goes from bad to... Oh wait, not bad, okay, I meant. It goes from okay to good pretty slowly. I'd say this one's probably good and okay at the same time. We actually saw this in cinema last month when we were staying in a hotel for that video, remember? But for this film, I mean, it was good though. It wasn't great though. I thought it was better than Strange World, but not as good as Encanto. Yeah, but this film, it could have done a bit better. I did like some of the animation, the music, and the story could have done good as well. But what I did like about this film, it was also celebrating Disney's 100th year of anniversary as well. But yeah, even though this is number 19, it is probably the weakest animated film I've seen all year. Okay, coming in at number 18 is going to another Peanuts film, short film. It's called One of a Kind Marcy. This was pretty good as well. It's slowly going from okay to good. I thought this was a pretty good short film. It was also decent as well at the same time. And when I was watching it, I did like the animation. The story looked great as well. It did remind me a little bit of Snoopy Old Lang Syne, but just not as good, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, this film, it wasn't bad. So if you guys want to go check it out, you can either find it on Apple TV or something. I just found it on YouTube, I think, or something like that. But hey, other than that, it was pretty good so far. Coming in at number 17, we have Pan and Wendy. I think this one was probably better than The Little Mermaid, if I'm being honest. We watched this on Disney Plus back in April, and yeah, it was alright. It wasn't too bad. I did rewatch 1 and 2 to get an idea of what it was. I basically remember watching the original when I was pretty young. I hadn't seen the second one, so that was the first time watch for me. But this one, it was alright. Wasn't as good as the first one, like the original one, but it was better than the second one. But hey, yeah, the film, it is what it is, so I'll give it that. Okay, coming in at number 16 is going to Cocaine Bear. Basically another film that I got when I was on holiday back in June. I basically went to the shop, saw the DVD, I was like, okay, I'm getting it because I want to watch it. It was pretty funny as well. There were some scenes where it was wild, funny, insane at the same time. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good film. I did enjoy it as well. If you guys had seen Cocaine Bear, you probably know what it is. It's actually based on a true event that happened around sometime in the 1980s, where a bear actually came across a bunch of cocaine. But the film, I mean, it is pretty funny as well, and if you guys have seen it, then that would be good. I did want to see it in the cinema, but I didn't, so I did enjoy it. Alright, so coming in at number 15, I have Megan. This is one of the films that came first around last year. I wanted to see it in the cinema, but I didn't get the chance to. I did watch it when it came out on Blu-ray though. Yeah, and I enjoyed it though. It wasn't too bad. If you guys probably seen Megan, that would be a good thing because this was a good film. I did enjoy it. I only wish I did see it in the cinema though, but hey, it wasn't too bad of a film, I guess. And we are getting a Megan 2.0. That means we're getting a sequel to it. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this one, hoping it's going to be good, probably better than this one, or if not, probably not as good. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do need to warn you, if you do get scared easily or not good with horror, then I wouldn't recommend this film because it is a bit of a horror as well. Even though it was a PG-13 in America, over here for us it's a 15 certificate, but other than that, it was a pretty good film. Okay, so coming in at number 14 is going to a Netflix film called Accused. I basically caught this on Netflix back in September, and I actually quite enjoyed it though. It was a pretty good film. If you don't know what Accused is, it's a Netflix film about a bombing of a train station in London, and this guy named Harry, I think, is accused of doing it when it wasn't him, and everyone's after him because they want to get payback on him because they thought it was him, but it wasn't. It was some other guy that looks identical to him. But yeah, I mean, it is a pretty good film, and if you guys haven't seen it, I'd recommend it because it was actually a pretty good film. Okay, coming in at number 13 is going to Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I actually caught this one back on Blu-ray when I first bought it because I didn't see it in the cinema, and I actually had a fun time with this movie. I thought it was really good, really fun. I thought the CGI looks good as well. The visual effects on everything, the dragons and everything, all look really good. But other than that, I thought it was all a really good action film as well. Perfect film for the family as well. If you have a family who would really like this film, recommend this to them because it was really fun. Okay, so coming in at number 12, I've been wanting to see this film in the cinema because I really love the games, Five Nights at Freddy's. I love the games, like, I love the first one. The other ones gave me a few jump scares, especially the second one, because when I was playing that, Foxy jumped out at me, and that scared me, like, literally. But for this one, I didn't even get scared. I knew what was going to come, but I still really enjoyed it. I had a fun time with the film. And if you guys like Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd recommend the film because it was so good. I know not a lot of people are going to say it's not really that good, but honestly, for me, I quite enjoyed it. I only wish I did see it in the cinema though, because, well, it was a good film, and I even have a friend who saw it in the cinema and loves Five Nights at Freddy's, told me it was good, so I gave it a watch, and I actually really enjoyed it. So if you guys want to check it out, then go see it. Okay, coming in at number 11, just outside my top 10. Number 11, we have Strays. This is basically the new Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx film. It was also one of those films that came out during the summer, and I actually got it on Blu-ray for Christmas, which I've been trying to get my parents to see all week, and they're like, "We'll watch it soon because we're just doing some other stuff." Like I've been trying to get them all week. They're just watching their own thing. Like what? But yeah, this film, I mean, I quite enjoyed it. It was funny and it really got me good there. And I was expecting it to be better, and the film was what it was, but I really liked it, and the ending as well was really funny. But when I was it did also come out on the same weekend my birthday was coming, and when I wanted to choose to see a film in the cinema, this was my first choice, but I couldn't because Brody was 12 and this is a 15. But we had to come up with another plan, so we ended up seeing a different film. But yeah, I mean, I wish I did see this in the cinema because this was such a funny film. Okay, we're coming to my top 10 films now. So this is basically just 10 because most of the films this year I hadn't really seen, so we'll just get to it. Number 10 was Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I thought this was quite an awesome film, actually. Not as good as the first one, but I still had a fun time with it, though. It was entertaining, it was fun, it was funny, really good as well. I've got the Blu-ray on the shelf. I haven't seen it since March, so I'll probably have to give it a watch again, though. But what I really did like is Zachary Levi coming back to play Shazam. I really thought that was a good one because he did a good job in the first one, and yeah, this one though, yeah, it was good, but not as good as the first one, I don't think. So I'll have to give it a watch again. Okay, coming in at number 9 is going to Illumination's newest film, Migration. This is basically the second one that came out this year, as it comes out a little later for us. Uh, I basically watched this film, and well, I had to say that was some of the most fun I had all year with animated film from Illumination. This was honestly a really good movie, and I honestly had a lot of fun with this one. If you guys are planning to see it, you probably think it's going to look bad, but trust me, it's not. It's a really good film. And what I really do like is there's a few voice actors I recognize, like one of the female ducks in this, voiced by Elizabeth Banks, which is pretty good as well. And yeah, it comes out a little later for us, so if you guys have family, go see it because it's a perfect family film. Okay, coming in at number 8 is one of Netflix's newest films from Atman Animations, and that would be Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget. Now, I thought that was a pretty funny title, but this film, I actually really enjoyed it. It was probably almost as good as the first one. Well, when I said that almost, well, I haven't seen the first one for a while, so I'll have to give it a watch again. But I did watch this one with it as well. But it was a pretty fun film. If you guys like Chicken Run, you'll like this film because it was really good as well. And last time they did break out the chicken farm, but this time they were breaking in, and it was just really fun as well. Okay, coming in at number 7 now is going to the cinema experience I did have for my birthday this year. Sorry, voice is going dead. But yeah, we have Blue Beetle. Okay, I was trying to figure out which film I wanted to see in cinema for my birthday, and sorry, I watched the trailer for this one, and I actually had a fun time with it, though. It was pretty good as well. I thought the visual effects and everything was great, and this was probably one of the better DC films I've seen all year. It was just that pretty good, and I absolutely loved it, and I got it for Christmas, so I can give it a watch again. Okay, coming in at number 6 is going to Super Mario. Yeah, I saw this in cinemas this year, and I actually really liked this movie. I thought it was great, and I watched it again at home. But this movie, I thought was just so good. I absolutely loved it. If you guys like Mario, you'll like this one. It's so good. The animation is great, and I really like that song as well. Peaches by Bowser. I listen to that song quite a lot now. Well, not quite a lot, but every now and then. But it is a really good song, and the film as well is great. And we are getting a sequel as well, rumors about that, and yeah, it's pretty good as well. And if you guys are spoilers, the post credit from the first one explains the sequel. I'm not gonna say what it is in case you haven't seen it, but go check it out if you haven't. But I am looking forward to the sequel. Okay, now we're coming to my top 5 movies here. Basically, these 5 films here hit my favorites of this year. Coming in number 5 is the new Pixar movie Elemental. Yeah, I watched it back in July, and I actually loved it. I thought it was fantastic. The animation between fire and water as well, I just thought was great. It was a really good film, and I probably have to give it a watch again. It was so good. Haven't watched it since July, so that'll be a good rewatch for me. And if you guys haven't seen Elemental, I'd highly suggest it because it was such a good film. And I did want to see it in the cinema, but sadly enough, I didn't though. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought it was a really good film. Okay, coming in at number 4 is going to a new Tom Hanks film, A Man Called Otto. I was basically expecting this film to be pretty good and emotional, and I was right. This was actually a really good film. I had such a fun time with this one. I'm not really a drama person to watch those drama films, but honestly, for this, I actually quite enjoyed it. It was really fun as well. I thought the acting was great. Tom Hanks was pretty good as well. And I don't really want to say why he's always so grumpy in case you haven't seen it, but it explains why. And he basically becomes more of a happier person towards the end and becomes really good friends with his neighbors as well, and some of his old childhood friends as well that he really lost. But yeah, I thought this was a really solid film. Okay, coming in at 3rd place is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I went to see this in cinema back in February, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and then I rewatched it back in July, and honestly, it was fun. Wasn't as good as the first cinema experience, but I had a fun time with this movie. I was laughing a lot with it, and it was just funny as well. My favorite part of the film is probably that part with the dog and the bleeping stuff. I thought that was funny. And the dog was probably have to be the best character, along with Puss and Kitty. Soft Paws, I think was her name. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen this film, go watch it because it was a stunning movie. The animation was great. Everything about it was great. If you haven't watched it, go see it. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, probably the best animated film I've seen all year. I thought this was a really good movie because I really liked Into the Spider-Verse, and this one I thought was probably better. It was a really good movie, and I'm looking forward to Beyond the Spider-Verse. And this was a really good movie. People say it was probably one of the better ones, and even one of my friends said it was his favorite movie of the year. And if you're watching this video, it probably is my second favorite film this year. But I really liked this movie, and I had a fun time with it. Okay, but this film, it remains at number 2 for now. We have one more film to talk about yet, and this is my number 1 film. I've loved this film since September, and I'm desperate to give it a watch again, so I need to do that. But here's my number 1 film. Yeah, The Fablemans by Steven Spielberg. This is my number 1 film of 2023. I absolutely love this movie. For me, I thought it was just amazing. A great story, showing how Steven Spielberg got into filmmaking, and explains the story of his own childhood, making movies with his friends as well. I thought was just great. It was emotional as well. It was some really good stuff. And towards the end, he actually got a job as a real filmmaker, with one of those movie directors. But I really had a fun time with this movie. But this movie is just amazing. It's fantastic. I loved it a lot. So The Fablemans is my favourite movie of 2023. So that's it. That is all the movies I've seen this year from worst to best. If you guys are interested, then just go to the comments down below and just put in your top 5 or top 10 movies of this year, because I'd be really interested to see what your movies were. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon, and bye.